Hey gamers, feel free to hop in whatever. Funky Rook, if you open the game, there should be a button for you to click on to sign into your Twitch account to hook you in. That's how I did it from a streaming angle. IDK how you do it from y'all's angle. Hello everybody. I was just sitting here and I was like, well, people need to join. So we'll get them in here. Yeah, Nicholas, we started, I don't know if you were here for the last one, we started a new save file. So whatever you were previously, you are no longer that thing. You're a new thing. You have been reborn. So as per usual, we're just gonna let people trickle in. Feel free to change your user name color in the chat. The Barons better be cool. They're mid. They came awfully close to rebelling recently, so they're not a top tier group in my opinion. Hello, Night Smudge. Barons have bacon. Happy Sunday, everyone. How you? How's everyone doing? Trying to decide if I want to make myself some tea or coffee while we wait for everybody to load in. I think I'll appreciate it in like 10 minutes if I do it now. Coffee always, yeah. That tends to be my feeling on it. I got a bottle of like iced cold brew coffee in the morning. And that's nice because it gets me there and I don't have to make anything. But I feel like no matter what temperature it is, it's just, I always just sort of want to be huddled over a nice steamy mug of something. Gotta go to archery class. Even wins, that's cool. That's a brag. Drinking a mocha right now? Dang, that sounds nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna put some hot water on and then I'll make, chaos mode. I mean, you can bring chaos mode to archery, so. It's just saying. You like tea for steamy liquids? I love a cup of tea. I've gotten into the habit of having coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoons to sort of, the tea just sort of glides me into the evening real clean and nice. The Lady Flame, thank you for the resubscribe. A year of subs. I love it. I love it. I'm delighted. As a reminder, next Tuesday, we're going to be playing Viewfinder because Viewfinder comes out that day. And I've got a sponsorship with them, which I'm ecstatic about. I'm also just really hyped to play the game. It's been so hard because I've had it because they gave me a copy early so that if I wanted to do review stuff, I could. But I'm like, no, I've got to save it fresh for the stream. And so I'm just like so antsy to get into it because everything I've seen about it just looks so good. I want to play it and have my brain flipped. It's 103, good God. Yeah, this is the thing is like, the AC has to be on because it's so hot out. So it's like, well, I'll have a hot drink. What does it matter? Oh, I was going to put hot drink on. Hold on. I'll be right back. It has not been overwhelmingly hot here. I mean, it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be in the 90s today, but it wasn't yesterday, but it was so muggy. It was like, it was in like the 70s, but also like 90% humidity. And it was just like, how am I supposed to live here? And like, for some reason, I don't know if it's just like there's mist, but like the surrounding area has that effect you get where things in the distance look a lot paler, and that gives the impression that they're farther away, but like I know how everything is supposed to look and how far everything is, so it's just one of those things where it's like I guess there's mist, but I don't know, like fog or something. It's wild. Haze, is that what it's called? Everything's real hazy. And part of me is like, is another part of the planet on fire and we're getting downstream smoke from it again? But I think it's just weather. I think it's just weather. Fog of war? More games should take the map away from you after you've uncovered it for game reasons. This is my pitch. So I think more games should make you re-earn map visibility if you fuck up. Fog of Warm? Ugh. Ugh. In your state in the Midwest, fire smog is getting nasty. Yeah. Not ideal. Alright, I'll give it another minute or two. Looks like it finally recognized that you've connected your account. Good. Good. I love to hear that. Means you can customize your little character. Baby rain. That's nice. Once my tea or my water is done boiling, then we'll hop in the game. So, okay, hello, Boring Times 3. Welcome. Where we were at last time in this game on Thursday, we had a printing press had been made, and the commoners were starting to read and question whether or not we even need a monarchy. And we did nothing to suppress that, so it is growing. So I think there's a non-zero chance that the concept of a monarchy might be destroyed in this game, which I'm very excited about. Other things of note, that was kind of the big one. We haven't heard much about the Skeleton Saint or the Crystal Plague. We did get Oriad, the Pirate Queen, but it's unclear whether or not we're gonna be able to marry her. We're holding out hope, though. Holding out hope for a hero. What else? Is the jail still haunted? Yes. We found a crazy person beneath the jail, and they were some sort of wizard. And I think what we said was just leave them alone and they'll figure it out. Oh, we sent an expedition to Chur with a free boat and a bunch of prisoners and horses. And so we haven't heard back from the Chur expedition, so unclear whether or not anything has happened with that. Yeah, Tofu Noodles, this round for some reason has been extremely laissez-faire, where it's just sort of been like, nobody's gonna give anybody plans to make golems or horses or anything like that. Really excited about, yeah, the horse jail yacht that we kind of pushed off into the ocean in hopes that it would find land. Yeah, I have really been playing to this character. And as you can see, they do not fucking care. They do not. But Tofu Noodles, that's progress for you, you know? Alright. I'm gonna make tea. I think I'm gonna make tea. I'll be right back. I got some beautiful black tea with lavender in it I visited Missouri's historic town, Kinswick, and there was a nice tea shop. So I got some local blend, and it smells gorgeous. It tastes beautiful. I'm very excited about that. All right, I think we're gonna hop in. As a reminder, if you hear this, you probably are already in the game, but as a reminder, you can hop in whenever, so. Let's get into it, y'all. Alright. Alright, we're already at an end of the season. Okay. So, this is a good reminder, actually, of where everyone is at. Tofu noodles, that's honestly the best way to play the game. So the Red Barons of the March are trying to modernize, which is they're trying to lower the other region's total military to 10 or less. And they're so close, but not quite there yet. The yellow team, the Grandees, are trying to do the sorcery scheme where they lower all regions' total farming to 14 or less by next season, which is a rough one. I don't know if they're going to get there. And then the patricians of the coast, the green team, are trying to doppelgang me, which means they're trying to have the lowest defiance, which they don't at the moment. God, how did the Grandees get so defiant? Did I do something horrible to them? Did I imprison one of their people, maybe? Anyway, you're close, but you're not quite there. And my goal is to just have really high trade, which, as you can see, we do. Queen Biffo was my mother, please. Yeah, so the barons and the patricians can't rebel. The Grandees are on the cusp. They can potentially do. Oh, that's right! I was too try-hard at a festival. I was too try-hard at a festival in the south, and I got too many circus performers, and some lions caught on fire and killed a couple people, which I mean, it did, yeah. I see bankruptcy looms here. It did cost a lot of money, and some people died, and it did ruin the festival, and that really made the Grandees angry at me. Let's just go ahead and get this bankruptcy looms thing out of the way. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Well, the hell, what? How, treasurer? I couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you have been spending a little too freely lately? I don't think so. You're still unpacking, goodness. That post move, denouement is always so exhausting. So, congrats on being in the middle of it, I guess. That's nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're still in the middle of it, but you'll get there. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. Well, let's just raise taxes then. Could get a bank loan, or sell off the crown jewels, or perhaps crack open some of the predecessors' tombs. Most have been buried with piles of gold, or so I've heard. Ooh. I love the idea of making more coins and seeing what happens with that. A terrible idea. Ooh, I probably shouldn't risk... My authority's already so low, I probably should not risk taking a loan. We've tomb raided before, and it went great. Oh, thank you, Turkey. Well, hold on. Turkey Tangle Frog Fruit. What a username. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Justin does an incredible job editing mostly our cackles. Our cackling at our own jokes into a very coherent and excellent show. Sell off some of your royal jewelry. That would also lower my authority. I do think we're gonna go yeah, I do think we're gonna crack open some tombs. Destroying the economy is very funny to me. I like the idea of this monarch destroying the whole kingdom and then handing it over to one of the one of the other teams and just being like, all right, good luck. The peasants are on the verge of revolting because we let them read, and inflation has gotten so bad nobody can afford anything, so goodbye. But no, we're gonna crack open some tombs. The buried treasure isn't doing anyone any good, is it? Time to desecrate some graves. Although, functionally, manifesting some new coins from a grave sounds like it's not going to be significantly different, right? You hate to hear your monarch say that. Got you through 18 hours of driving and now you're hooked, Emmy. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. If you're in the Patreon, for anybody who's in the BCBP Patreon, we're working on some stuff. We're working on some updates about for the whole podcast, so there will be some stuff happening in the Patreon if I get my way soon. So keep an eye out for that. You order the royal mausoleum dug into and loot it. The result is quite a bounty. Gold masks, heaps of coin, precious jewels. Not everyone is as practical as your treasurer, though. The church denounces you as a grave robber. Nobles and peasants alike are disgusted by your greed. Oof. Everybody, super defiant. Oh, wow, that did quite a hit on stability, actually. You've been binging the bonus content? I think the bonus content is really good. IMO. This is hard. It's hard bragging about your own show because it's like, obviously I think it's good, but also I think it's really good. I think it's a very good show. It's extremely funny. And I really love all the character questions. Okay. I do think it's a dangerous cult time. I think the dangerous cult is probably going to be about the skeleton saint, right? I'm hoping it's about the skeleton saint. Oh, Shark. Good. Good. The last few episodes of BCBP have been blowing my mind. Good. And also, hold on. It's just, there's nothing, it's all ramp up from here for a couple episodes. So, I don't know. We've hit a certain stride, and I think the show is just like off the hook. Hopefully people are spreading it and telling other people to listen and enjoying it so that we continue to grow our audience, but we'll see. Baron Yasin1444 says, the priests bring ever more concerning reports of a wild cult at large at the March. These fanatics call themselves the 8th chapter, and they claim to have found the arm of a dead god. Cool. Yeah, this is the second corpse cult. At least. This is the second corpse cult that we know about. But yeah, exactly. The dead guys aren't using it. In fact, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Gold Stars. How do I feel about necromancy and corpse armies? Well, it seems like the game has decided for me. The arm of a dead god. Arm of God, a colossal limb that moves under its own power. Fucking cool. Tall as 5 men, long as 10 horses, clad in shining steel. I dread to think what such a thing might be capable of. A high five to shake the planet. This heresy cannot stand. The council must do something to stop it. Okay, but counterpoint. If they actually do have a giant arm clad in armor that moves of its own accord, that seems pretty powerful. Yeah, can we make the arm cult the official cult of this country? Hey, Bear Overdrive. Okay. A, summon the High Inquisitor to break this cult, lower stability. B, discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more. C, wait and see. These things usually die by themselves. Increase defiance, decrease faith. Really funny options. I'm gonna take a royal gamble that y'all are gonna discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more. But we'll see. Some really good options here. All right, so if you're not familiar with how to vote, you'll type !vote in the chat, and then A, B, or C, depending on which one you would like to vote for. The first thing you vote for is what you vote for, so you can't switch after the fact. And you can continue voting after the time has ticked down, but basically until I click continue off of the screen, you can still vote. Okay. Surprisingly a closer vote than I expected, I will say. I usually let the vote go a little bit longer. My tea's still hot. I usually let the vote go a little bit longer so people can get in with the lag. Discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more. You dispatch a spy and hope to hear back soon. The nature of subterfuge demands that those in charge remain in the dark. A new plague. I need a new plague. All right, Baron Alexei AO says, my liege, the March has been struck with a plague, and not just any plague, a dancing plague. How whimsical. Why aren't you dancing then? I haven't been infected yet, of course. Otherwise, I would not be here to risk it spreading to your highness. I'm ready to get funky, my dude. It affects everyone, even dogs and cats. It's so whimsical. I don't dance, Alexia. We don't know how it started, but it's spreading quickly. Whole villages are dancing themselves half to death. Oh no, it's a once more with feeling problem. For once, I want there to be a dancing plague or curse that is just absolutely chill. When? Mectala was a good episode. They show episodes of Buffy on television here because it's just a show that has a billion episodes and they need to fill time. And that one was on recently, and it's like, it's a hit and miss episode, but like the guy who plays the demon is just like fucking incredible. I think he was on Angel 2 as a demon, like I think as a regular, but like he's just like, he's fucking incredible. It's just wild. All right, options are A, quarantine the affected villages, trade down. B, pass a law that forbids dancing. It is a footloose situation. Increased authority, decreased ability, increased defiance. Or C, let it be. How bad is dancing anyway? Decreased ability, decreased farming. God, these are really funny. Yeah, big charisma. He's just incredible. I mean to sit down and look him up and see if he has done like albums or something. It's just like, he's so good. Veto, reverse voting. Need a tiebreaker, B or C? I don't know. These are all so funny. Hello, Caffeine Forge. I think I'm just gonna let. Do I wanna veto any of these? It's tempting to set the reverse voting because this is gonna be such a chaotic vote anyway. Oh, what do we got? I think I'm just gonna let y'all vote. This is the problem, is I don't feel like I have any great powers. Maybe, no, I'm not gonna do reverse voting here. I just want to see how y'all think this one should play out, I think. I should, no, I just want to know what you guys are gonna do. All right, voting is open. A, quarantine the affected villages. B, pass a law that forbids dancing. Or C, let it be. How bad is dancing anyway? Let's see. So this one lowers farming, which the grandees need. I think that's really the only one that's going to have any sort of effect. No one put grandees in the corner. That's a different movie. That's not the right movie. All right. It looks like let it be. How bad is dancing anyway? I don't know. People keep joining. I'm like, maybe it'll tip over. I don't think it's going to, though. Yeah, I think C has it. Dirty Dancing is an incredible movie. Dirty Dancing is a legit incredible movie. It's one of those movies that before I watched it, I think it has the reputation of being just like a girl movie, parentheses negative. And so I think I just wrote it off like that in a way that is unfair. But the whole, yeah, the abortion plotline is fucking fascinating. The whole movie is incredible. I cannot, if you haven't watched Dirty Dancing, I cannot recommend it enough. Madzaloo, yes. I think it might be on mine too. I think it's probably on my like top 10 favorite movies list because it's just like, it's just so good. It's so well paced. I carried a watermelon is still my favorite line delivery. Yeah, the acting's great. Every part about it. The scene where they're in his cabin and they're talking about like his experience working for this weird resort. Like the delivery he gives is just like, oh, it's so good. A dancing plague might bring some life to the masses. Why not let it spread? Well, the terrible idea. Soon, half the kingdom is dancing round the clock as the plague hits other regions, including the capital. Uh-oh. Productivity is down, and crops are rotting in the fields, but at least everyone appears to be having a good time. Listen, there's a lot to be said for that. Oh, I think that got the grandees where they need to be. Yeah, you needed to be 14 or less, so that actually did it. Okay. We're ending the season. Down in the south, Grandee Heilanini is visiting the wizard Athmoral in her tower, floating on an island amid the clouds. Oh, I forgot that we got got some sort of lightning wizard. The beehives are silenced, and over in the apiary, the vast cities... Oh, that's right! Athramel needed Heilanini to kill off bees, because bees have magic powers in an alternate reality and protect the queen. So, in order to leave the queen vulnerable, they had to kill off bees in our world. I remember now. This is Athmoral. She's a wizard. The beehives are silenced, and over in the apiary, the vast cities of the Dream Queens are hollow ruins. It pains me that this was necessary, but they were growing arrogant. My thanks, Great Wizard. Now, shall we discuss how to overthrow this troublesome monarch? This is for the grandees. A, curse them with a fate worse than death. Goal, raise trade. Or B, send them away so they can never return. Goal, raise stability. This is your vote, grandees. Yeah, regrettably. Regrettably, B or A is a much better option since I am also trying to increase trade. Curse them with a fate worse than death. Worse than death? Well, it can be done, but it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Wow, you're too hardcore for this wizard. Monarch Jenna, the God King II, deserves no such fate. If you want me to do this, I will require additional payment, perhaps more than you can afford. By the 9th, I thought we'd already sealed this deal. I offered to overthrow the monarch, not torment them. Come back when you can afford my services. For the final stage of their scheme, the grandees must keep their trade at 10 for 1 full season without starting a rebellion. You see that? Can't start a rebellion. Can't do it. So you have to keep your trade at 10 for 1 full season. That's... good luck. That one's tricky. All right. We're doing the auction. As a reminder, the way you add to this is ! fund, where the first variable X will be A, B, C, D, or E, or F, depending on which building you want to fund. And the second is the amount of your personal gold that you're pledging. So our options are A, observatory, lower faith. B, prison, lower stability. C, aqueduct, increase farming. D, fortress, increase military. E, cathedral, increase faith. Or F, stadium, decrease military. And as a reminder, the patricians are trying to have the lowest defiance, which they don't at the moment. The barons are trying to lower the military. And the grandees are trying to keep their trade at 10. So, those are your options. And as a reminder, this has a hard cutoff. So once the timer ticks down, that is it. So I'm gonna open it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can fund as much as you have gold for. So I think you can put money towards multiple buildings, whichever you have and want to fund. Right now it looks like D and F, which is increase and decrease military, are by far the front runners. The observatory has a little bit of money to it, but not a whole lot. It really looks like if it's a runoff between D and F, which will just negate each other, which it's pretty funny. It's the fortress to stadium pipeline is what y'all are building. What lovely tea. gonna give myself a cookie. Oh! Last minute, I was not paying attention. That last minute, Rick spends that cookie. That's a good idea. Last minute run on the observatory got it through. I'm very impressed. Oh. Uh-oh. The kingdom's so unstable and I have so little authority that just everybody can rebel. Oh, you should bake cookies right now. That is a good idea. The Grandee's defiance is so high because I ruined one of their festivals by getting too enthusiastic and hiring too many circus performers. And there was a slight massacre. Ooh, dancing fever, yes. Baron Alexei Ao stands before you, hopping frantically from one foot to the other as they speak. The plague, your highness, it's spreading. Why, I think I've been affected myself. Well, then why did you come here? Get them out of here. It's a bit late for that, your majesty. Half of the kingdom is infected by now. You need to do something or we'll dance ourselves to death. This may look fun, but trust me, it's anything but. Alright, options are A, order the nobles to hide in their castle and wait it out. Lower stability, lowered authority, and lower trade. B, hire a wizard to sort it out, -200 treasury. Or C, infect the nobles as a show of solidarity. Really funny. Yeah, I'm gonna take a royal gamble that y'all are gonna vote for wizards. Alright, it's live. The voting is live. I love how often we go to the wizard well to solve our problems. I also love wizards a lot, Hikaru. I think it's a perfectly legitimate option. Alright, the wizard one took it far and away. Hire a wizard to sort it all out. And I defrayed the cost by betting. Okay. We're always consulting the wizard, yes. When she arrives, Pestia. It's Pestia! Y'all remember Pestia? She was the plague witch that we met in the first round that we allowed Kaylee to apprentice to, and then killed Kaylee because she was misusing her powers. When she finally arrives, Pestia is clad in tightly wrapped black silks and wears a face mask that resembles the skull of a giant rodent. Cool. Her voice is dark and croaky. I hope we get to see her. Yes, ma'am. I heard you were having a plague problem, your majesty. Ha! Can I see your face? No. Fine. It isn't just any plague. It's a dancing plague. That explains the bouncy watchman on my way in. I thought he was just happy to see me. Not every day I get such a warm welcome, you can imagine. I'm an expert in plagues and pestilence, but not of the dancing kind. What? You must know something. Going to the wizard has literally never worked, plus they're losers and wouldn't love Solidarity Dance Death Party. Solidarity Dance Death Party would be a fucking cool name for a rave. You have hired me, so I will do what I can, but I make no promises. As Pestia leaves the throne room accompanied by a cloud of flies, you pray to the ninth god that she will find a cure soon. Oh. Isn't that just the Mask of the Red Death? Yeah, 100. Ooh, about my heir. Of course, your majesty refuses to get married against my advice. But there's one thing that you're missing. Something even more important than a spouse. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. Let's adopt a low-born child from the orphanage. I don't see what can go wrong with that. The nobles won't be too happy with a low-born child being elevated to the status of a royal. I urge you to reconsider. Oh, thank you, Anonymous, for the gift subs. Congrats, everyone who just got subbed up. Thank you, Anonymous, wherever you are, whoever you are. We have not managed to get a pirate bride yet, and I don't know if we're going to this time, which is a shame. Alright, no, I'll rethink it. I can't really afford a stability or authority hit at the moment. But I can probably rummage up a bastard child from somewhere. Church won't be happy, but they're just as keen to avoid a civil war as we are. They'll legitimize the bastard without much fuss. And we'll meet up with the Archbishop tomorrow. A new festival. Oh, is this the one where we drunkenly hang out? Yes, Your Majesty, I was going through the history books and found the most interesting tidbit. During the reign of Queen Aga, yes, okay, this is that thing. A festival, you say, with a lot of drinking and dancing. Seems like a great way to spread a horrible plague that dances people to death. Yes, but it wasn't just about that. With all the visitors who came to the capital, the city flourished. I heard it made things much more harmonious across the kingdom, too. I suggest we reinstate the Day of Kinship. In the past, so far we've done 2 versions where we've done the low-key thing. So, let's go full party. Wonderful, Your Majesty. The question is, how much money do you want to spend on the Day of Kinship? I'm sure the nobles will have opinions on the subject. Yes! Oh, no! Oh, this is gonna do the opposite of what I was hoping. Money's no object. Damn. So there's only one option. Can I veto it? Wait, what happens if we go through with this? I guess, yeah, I think I'm gonna find out. All right, so now we sit here in 30 seconds of silence, letting this tick down. Okay. Voting tied at nothing. Break the tie by selecting one of these options. Uh-oh. Wow, okay. Well, we have found a glitch. I did not think it would let me click on any of those, and I did not mean to click on the top one. I did find a loophole. What is gonna happen with this? People spent for a med check and stretch. Yeah, so stretch and take your medicine. Those are as much for you as they are for me, chat. I don't know what this is gonna do. The treasurer looks worried but scribbles down notes. Treasury is now 0. Everybody's chill, though. But I think we lose, right? I think that's what happens. Stiltwalkers, contortionists, excellent. I'll make the arrangements directly. I mean, what a way to go out, though, am I right? She and the Chancellor leave deep in conversation. Soon, word of the Day of Kinship spreads all over the kingdom. Guests are already planning their outfits. Okay. I mean, it is only appropriate that Monarch, the Jenna, the God King II, loses their kingdom because they threw too raucous a party. Far away from the small castle near the edge of the kingdom, the Baron's plot is gaining pace. Ha! The kingdom's militaries are in shambles. Those pansies couldn't fight their way out of a field of rabbits, AGT Midnight says. Baron 2% Gold says, I've drafted the reform proposals as planned. The councils will be more than happy to follow our lead. Good, but we must ensure that they don't get skittish. The kingdom must be stable for our proposal to work. Grand! A calm before the storm. You have to raise stability to 3 or more in 2 seasons. This is all nothingness, right? Like, this isn't gonna matter, because momentarily we're gonna be bankrupt. You said you had a surprise for me, Lady Patrician Madzalou says. Indeed, and here it is. Behold, Lord Patrician Theopho says. Your Majesty? What are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry, I hope you didn't overhear any... Quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the monarch. It's a peasant who's the monarch's splitting image. By the 9th, and just in time. The spy master trusts us, and we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the monarch and putting this fool in their place. How do we manage that? We keep the kingdom in utter chaos, bad enough that the monarch's abduction can slip past unnoticed. In the next stage of the scheme, the patricians must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Uh-oh. Child of Biffo! That would be... Wow. Well, I mean, I feel like any... Oh my god, can I make up our money? The patricians make 500 wealth selling snake oil that they claim cures scrofula. The other nobles gain 200. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to tax everyone extremely hard. I can't bribe everyone. I have to tax you or this game is over. That is just the way that it is. I'm so sorry. That's it. It's just it. It has to be how it is. Okay. Yep. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. It's the only way to avoid a game over immediately. Grandees, if you rebel, you lose. So good luck. The patricians, you can rebel, but only just barely. And we're gonna work. We're gonna work on getting that to not happen. Uh-oh. I only have one option and it's worse than death. Oh, does this mean the Grandees won? The sun is setting, but you're still at your desk, sorting through paperwork. You never knew being a monarch would involve so much reading. As you stamp yet another document with the monarch's seal, you notice something. Your hair is standing on end. The pages begin to flutter as though stirred by a breeze. You look up to see a frizzy-haired figure in tattered robes, flanked by Grandee Helenini and Vargas, the Grandee's claimant to your throne. Greetings, Your Majesty. Are you gonna turn me into like a giant bee or something, Helenini? Surprised to see us? I'll double what they're paying you. I'll double what they're paying you, wizard. And go back on my word? No, I take my promises seriously. Guards! Guards! Yes! Yes! The southern battle nuns rush into the room, but Athramorel flicks a hand, a bolt of lightning jumps between them, and the air fills with the smell of sizzling flesh. The battle nuns collapse, fried into crispy skeletons. Well, fucking battle nuns, what a waste. I suppose this is how it ends. It's unfair, isn't it? Using magic almost feels like cheating. I'll feel guilty about it later. After my coronation, you're gonna get dunked in the fucking river, nerd. With trembling hands, Vargas reaches out and plucks the crown from your head. You don't even have the strength of your convictions. Suits you, your holiness. Now let's leave this sorry monarch to their fate. I hope they turn me into a kitten or something. A new monarch and their royal servant departs, leaving you alone with the wizard. Your mouth tastes of metal. Apologies. Mischievous Fool, this is from a landover from the last stream, so this is a pretty long run. Apologies for the inconvenience, Your Majesty, but I've been asked to give you a fate worse than death. Can't you just kill me instead? I will not break my promise, but I can interpret it creatively. Count yourself lucky that the Grandees didn't find another wizard for the job. Pestia would have undoubtedly done something horrible. Gordius would have made you like himself. Scrampton, well, he'd probably eat you. Scrampton? Scrampton the wizard? Take my hand. Her tone brokes no argument. As your palm slides into hers, you feel sparks running up your arm like the fizzling trickles of water, and your mind explodes. Are we... Is this, 'Cause I'm not married. You can see eternity. Stars spark, then gutter out. You see Celeste half assembled on Caldovaga's workbench. You see the 9th god slipping a poison seed into the 6th god's wine. You see the necropolis rising from the southern desert in time before the 9th. You see the first muddy village on the coast springing up into a bustling metropolis. You see Julian the Wise, the last independent king of the March, kneeling before Arald the Great. Eons flash past in microseconds and then begin anew. Flowers bloom and rot. Children wail as they die of old age. You see all of time and realize, though a monarch, you are nothing, a speck of dust. Do you understand? Whoa! I am a moment already ending. This is cool. This is a cool use of this interface. Olivia, thank you for the resubscribe. I'm gonna say... moment. Yes, you understand. A sense of peace washes over you. You take Athmarel's hand and she transports you to a distant farm somewhere far away. Sheep crowd around your legs, bleeding. Watch the sun rise. Watch it set. Live well. The grass is rising to meet you. No, you're shrinking, and your feet are splitting into trotters. Wool rises up from your skin. You open your mouth. Ma! Ma! I'm sorry. She made me see all of time, space, and then turned me into a sheep? Okay. Goodbye, Your Majesty. I hope the grass stays fresh and juicy. In the end, you're much happier as a sheep than you ever were as a monarch. I believe that. My character was not super into being monarch. I can't. It seems like the best outcome. Honestly, this is the become mushroom ending. It is. No, you're totally right. We have once again found a way to become mushroom in a game. Honestly, I feel great about that. The shepherd was surprised to find one more sheep in his flock, but he didn't question his good luck. After all, it was the most docile little sheep a farmer could hope for. The Baron's revolutionary plans for their new model army were quietly shelved, but not forgotten. Those blueprints will surely come in useful someday. All that remained of the patricians' attempts to usurp the crown was a prisoner deep under the palace, clad in an iron mask and shrouded in rumor. With monarch Jenna, the God King II, gone to eat grass and contemplate their own insignificance, monarch Vargas was crowned. None dared challenge the succession, fearing the wizard Athmarel's wrath. But the whims of the wizard are fickle, and it was soon obvious that Vargas could not rely on their magical ally. Great. All right. I feel great about that. Wait, did they call me the fire starter? Hold on. Did that say Queen the Jenna, the God King the Third, the fire starter? That fucking rules. That rules and is well earned, honestly. I love it. Oh, goodness. Okay. Everybody's gonna have to rejoin for Monarch Vargas of the Eternal Justium Dynasty. All right, everybody has to rejoin, so we're gonna wait a couple minutes and let everybody hop in. You chose a bad time to ask the quote god something. I also hope the wizard is part of the legacy, but we'll see. I really just want to find a way for the peasants to become a republic. That's my main goal right now, is I am working from the inside to overthrow the monarchy. We didn't learn about the horse jail boat, but I hope if there's still time. I do too. I hope that doesn't just... because I think it would be entirely fair. It would be entirely fair of the game to be like, you chose a bad boat and you put it full of prisoners who were chained to the boat and horses, so you're never going to hear from this boat again. Like, I feel like that's totally legit. There is a scheme that's about peasants uprising. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, you're going to go to the animal shelter today for volunteer time? That's adorable. That's delightful. Good on you for volunteering at the animal shelter. That's nice. You're not joining, Olivia? Is it possible that you already were? I'll double check. You can join at any time, even after we click through. I feel like we've reached equilibrium, so we're gonna go forward. And if you're new to the stream, don't forget to follow me. The next stream that we're going to be doing is Viewfinder, because it's going to be the day that Viewfinder comes out, and I'm extremely excited for that. So that's going to be fun. But if you don't follow me now, you should, because this is what the streams are like. It's good and chill and fun. Let me just shake my entire setup to get everything into place. Okay. I guess let's coordinate. Let's get the coronation out of the way. I get to play with dogs. Dogs get exercise. Animal shelter gets the pics I upload to the adoption app profiles. We all win. It's beautiful. It's lovely, Mechtel. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Monarch Jenna, the God King II, the fire starter, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens to your coronation. What? But it's my coronation. I think I'm gonna play this monarch as a little shitbag. This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote, even this. Shall we call the nobles in? Treasury too low. Oh, they reset our treasury. That's really funny. Oh, but that was a new one, right? Invite foreign dignitaries to show off our wealth. I mean, as always, I could absolutely veto the monarch option, but let's just go for it. Or the river option. All right, voting's open. As a reminder, if you didn't rejoin, you'll have to rejoin now, so please do such a thing. I love the people preemptively trying to bankrupt the monarchy. Okay. Okay. Time for a Duncan. It's tradition. It is decided the monarch will be thrown into the river. Grandees want see. Grandees don't want anything right now. You don't have anything that you're like aiming for. Moisten that monarch. Let me get changed out of my nice robes. The nobles pick you up and carry you out into the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a chia. When you climb back on the banks, you're soaking wet. The Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? Tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee, titter, 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 titter. That's you. That's you, chat. Okay. Let's do council introductions. Just get this out of the way. Grandee Bird Lord 5000 says, the 9th has smiled upon us, and our plans have come to fruition. Verily, there is much to celebrate. Yeah, it's you, Bird Lord. Now remember your duty. You must ensure that the Grandee's interests are reinforced throughout the kingdom. 9th bless the South. Indeed, 9th bless us all. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you to say. Hello, hello, Lady Patrician Hims and Haws. Cool mask. And hello to you, Baron Non the 9th. Or possibly Nonth E 9th. You know, that's a fair reading of that username. What if I govern for the good of the whole country? Yeah. The Grandees did win, so I'm not going to support them overly, but I'm going to play a little shitbag, so that's what it's going to be. Nah, it's not the 9th. Fine. I assumed it was a reference to Nona the 9th, yes. What do you think? Will they be good little monarchs and do as they're told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case. Hey, Goth. All right. Let's see what our victory plans are. Spymaster, I love you. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they've stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I mean, the easy one would be as an architect of a new golden age. Because if I will do anything I can to marry a merman in this game or in any game or in my real life, Mechtel, to answer your question. So if anyone knows how to get the merman up on here, then I will do that. As the saint one is tempting, but the faith is so low. Yeah, the trade goal could actually win this game, which is what is so tempting. Have you played Coral Island? I haven't. Are you telling me I could marry a mer person in that? As the parent of the nation, farming's kind of mid. Maybe I want to be a conqueror. Maybe I want to be a conqueror. Fish guy is a random event that usually spawns in the Pat's land, I think. Okay. Well, we got the Pat's land up here. It's a farming sim. Yes, there are mermaids. Love that. Love that. Stardew Valley really helping me fulfill all my dreams of marrying a beautiful person with long, glowing, flowing hair who loves me and might be a merman. Best game, Stardew Valley. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, it's either going to be military or trade. I've done trade before. And this guy I am going to play them as a little shit heel. So I think maybe as a conqueror. A war monarch is sure to be remembered fondly if they win more battles than they lose. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Goth, we haven't chosen goals yet, so currently you have no desires outside of what your king tells you. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, your majesty. All right. All right, so this is where we vote. So look lively, grandees. Torquata of the language hunter lineage, powerful southern orator, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. Praise be, Vargas now sits on the throne and the grandees are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose them. Do we stay loyal to the new monarch or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Torquata, I just became monarch. The options are A, loyalist, goal, aid the monarch, B, subterfuge, goal, lower stability, or C, intimidation, goal, raise stability. I like the ambiguity of the phrase aid the monarch. I'm not sure what that implies, but I'm curious. Ooh, got some folks voting. Faith's voting for stability. Drew's voting. Sarini hunts. But not too bold. Okay. Aid them? Uh-oh. the scariest scare quotes. Is loyalist new from the patch? Oh, it might be. Okay. That settles it then. Glory to the monarch and glory to the ninth god. But we can always change our mind. If Vargas ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of them the old-fashioned way. The grandee's goal is to aid the monarch by countering the other region's schemes as much as possible. They will win the game if the monarch produces an heir and completes their ambition. Oh, that's cool. Whoa, okay. That's a cool addition. I love this. Chat, yellow team in the chat, we're allies. I'm so excited. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. Great. Emmy of the Isoplod bloodline, who I guess just walks around with a bagpipe all the time. Emmy is like a person at a party who finds a guitar and is like, oh, I guess it's time to jam. Except 100 times worse because it's a bagpipe. A notorious marcher hunter stands before blazing hearth, shouting and swearing. When have the barons of the marsh backed down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. All right, your options are A, doppelganger, lower own defiance, B, uprising, goal, raise treasury, or C, gunpowder, goal, lower authority. This is for you, Reds. It's for you, barons. Get voting. Your usurper is pretty rad. I do like Emmy. Wow, doing a gunpowder plot, huh? All right. Yeah, I think the lower authority is probably a good option. For For a moment, sorry, Spisopod, I read your name, and for a moment I was like, is that Isoplod's secret account? But I think you two are probably unrelated. I just couldn't help think that. Okay. Gunpowder, lower authority for the barons. The Republic of Kurth has this substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the barons could take over the kingdom. Of course, the sensible monarch would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the barons must ensure their trade partners don't fear the monarch's wrath. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower authority to 4 or less. Well, good job. Does the kingdom still have Orion? That's a good question. Yeah, presumably yes, but I don't know if she'll come through. Eulalia of the Bear Overdrive family, legendary coastal prodigy, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Monarch Vargas. Something must be done. Your options are A, monopoly, raise own trade, B, conspiracy, lower treasury, C, corruption, lower authority. This is for the green team, patricians. See, this is interesting, because A is a good choice, but I really thought people were going to go for C, because then you would have 2 teams working on lowering authority, which would have been a good strategy. Yeah, if you had the same goals, it would have been a more effective... You would have presented a more effective counter force. How do I know which team I joined? You should have a widget on your screen, but I can also just check. You are a Baron. You're on the red team. But you should have a widget visible on your screen, probably, that tells you. Okay. And if you want to, you can change your... People have been changing the color of their name in the chat to demonstrate their team. The patrician plans to privatize this entire damn kingdom. First, they must build up their industry. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise their trade to 5 or more. Ha! In 4 seasons. Ha! Okay. I love this. All right. So, as a reminder, the red team, the barons, embittered step aunt, have to lower the kingdom's authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons, which is where they're at. The loyalists have to ensure that I get married and fuck and have a baby. So thank you for that, team. And Eulalia, the green team, the patricians, need to raise their own trade by at least 5 in the season. So at the moment, everybody's pretty much winning, which is kind of nice, you know? All right, we've got stop the count, which I'm not going to do because it's not good for stream. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. That's very chaotic, which I like. Mischiefful, the chat box information, if you scroll down, is in the panels section. And I don't remember offhand because I never have to do it. I guess I'll do Royal Gamble. It's never a bad idea to have more money. Okay, got the honor guard, itching for a fight, and a call for apprentices. This is gonna be another wizard. All right, let's do the honor guard first, but I'm really excited for a new wizard. Thank you, Mechtil. Thank you, Toby Winter. Thank you, people who know how my chat bot works. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The patrician with champion gladiators from the arena, the grandees with the fierce battle nuns, and the barons of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Think carefully, your majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Your holiness, the Sisters of Steel are chosen by the 9th god, Grandee Awesome Finder says. Surely they will be chosen by you as well? Yeah, this is the thing, is like, I do love the battle nuns, but they, boy, did they not help much against a wizard. But I do love them. And I think it's... I mean, I should be loyal. I should be loyal to my team since they are loyal to you. To me. Yeah, that vaporize, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's gotta be more battle nuns. Yes. Also, I love the battle nuns. I have made my decision. Battle nuns, battle nuns, battle nuns. Wow, we're already at 3 defiance for 2 of the teams. The battle nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel masks betraying nothing before filing into formation behind your throne. Yeah, my last squad of battle nuns did get vaporized by a wizard. But this group is gonna be fine. This group's probably better, right? Lord Patrician Theopho, unfortunate tidings, your esteemed highness. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Zirconos. I believe it is Gordius, the stone talker. We've had Gordius in this run before. We reached out to him about the worms, the trimmers, the graboids that were underneath in the Grandees area, and that wizard said, don't do anything to them and do not contact me again. And so I said, thank you, we will not. And so we didn't do anything with the worms, and it was all fine, actually. The whole reason you chose nuns is because they presumably have magic protection, or at least white magic to buff you, and yet these girls got what? Nothing? These girls are posers? No, I mean, they're nuns and they fight. I don't know why you think nuns would have magic powers. Tell me more about this wizard. Hey, Lanceheart. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Nicholas, that is true. I did choose them because I think the concept of battle nuns is hot. I'm a simple lady. I'm a simple lady. I don't know what to say. Gordius has dominion over rock and metal and stone and the deep places of Celeste Ath. He's put out a call for new apprentices. Yes, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking citizens from all over the coast are lined up for their chance. Not just peasants, Mozart goats, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those common folks are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. Mozart goats. Mozart goats. This is like being called up to the stage in Price is Right. I just want you to high five everyone. You? Lord Patrician Theopho says. You can't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servants' help. We can't let this go ahead. To have a potential wizard on the council would present a clear and dangerous conflict of interests. I don't know. Not having a wizard on the council last time seemed like it caused us a lot of issues. So, a conflict of interests? How? Yeah, I know how. I was just kidding. All right. Oh, man, incredible. Okay, so the options are A, allow Baroness Mozart Goats to become Gordius's apprentice, mixed defiance. B, require she forfeit her noble title in order to become an apprentice, mixed treasury. Or C, forbid Mozart Goats from traveling to Zirconos. What team are you on, Mozart? You're a baron. I think I'm gonna... Okay. I think we can all agree that we want Mozart Goats to become a wizard. The last time we just allowed them to become a wizard, things kind of went super bad. I might veto A with the assumption that chat is gonna vote B. Muesli Bull, if you type !join, well, hold on. Yeah, thank you, Ever Entropy. I might veto this one with the assumption that everybody is going to choose B. Oh, chat is so sad about it. No, Nicholas, we did not make Kaylee forfeit last time. Kaylee was still on the council. You think we need a noble wizard? It went so bad last time, y'all. All right. Okay. No, I'll allow it, but I'm gonna royal gamble on it, so at least I make some money. Noble wizard, all right. That's no, you know what? At the end of the day, what I want most is for the peasants to revolt. And what better to get that to happen than a horrible abuse of power? All right, voting is open. Allow Baroness Mozart Goetz to become Gordius's apprentice. Require she forfeit her noble title in order to become an apprentice. This wizard is Goetzed. Or C, forbid Mozart Goetz from traveling to Zirconos. What if the peasants go boom? We'll just have to play it out. All right, excellent. Excellent, chat. Had to pause my sewing to see how this turns out. Therapeutic activity. What are you making? You don't have to tell us. I'm just curious. Allow Baroness Mozart Goetz to become Gordius's apprentice. By season storm. How will she keep up with her noble duties if she's spending all her time in the coast with this wizard? All right, well, it made the barons happier. It made everybody else less happy. Thank you for allowing me to fulfill my lifelong dream of magical power abuser. No! No! Already! And what if, ninth preserve us, she actually passes her apprenticeship? There's never been a wizard on the council before. Well, it might liven things up around here. You've nothing to fear from me, your majesty. I'll always have the kingdom's interest at heart, even as a wizard. Baroness Mozart Goetz set off for her journey to the coast. Gordius's presence in Zirconos attracts all sorts of visitors. Through the power of his latent magic, starts to wilt crops for miles around. Farming is down, but the trade can't go higher, so... Itching for a fight. Baroness Saxalia de Rollo says, Your Majesty, we in the March have finished a complete reorganization of our new army. It truly is a powerful beast now. You're trying out a vintage sewing pattern. It has a really interesting sleeve yoke design. That's cool. I just found an incredible vintage sweater that I am thinking about knitting, although it will be unlike anything I've knitted before. But I'm like, ooh, but it's so cool looking. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Mozart Goetz saying that it's a lifelong dream to become a skeleton is so inherently tragic. Your Majesty, we in the March have finished a complete reorganization of our new army. It's truly a powerful beast now, I'll say. I hope I'm getting a parade. Oh, I'm sure we can see to that. Moreover, I was hoping the Crown would be willing to host some military exercises. The soldiers are restless. Can you define exercises for me? Thank you, Saxalia de Rollo. I promise I won't let this parade on fire like my predecessor did. We just need a suitable campaign to whet our swords and spears. An unbloodied army isn't worth the salt, I say. Let's see what the council thinks. I mean, I am pro-war, I think. That's kind of my vibe, so I'm into it. Yeah, exactly, Lagging Sanity. I'm here. The Grandee's goals is to support me in everything I do, because they love me because I'm one of them. Instead of a costly war, Your Highness, we could establish mercenary companies that fight abroad and take a healthy cut of the profits. Or if Your Majesty wishes to gain something more than gold, we should use our might as intended and make inroads into Tavalen, whose meager army will surely be no match. Ooh. So our options are A, establish mercenary companies loyal to the barons, which would decrease your military but increase gold for all of us. B, start a border dispute with Tavalen, decrease defiance, decrease stability, increased authority. Embark on a full-scale invasion of the Ashmead Empire's sea. Decreased defiance, decreased stability, increased authority. Or D, deny the barons their foolhardy exercise, increased defiance. I think I'm going to veto C. Because I think that would just be a really bad idea. I think it would be a terrible idea. But for the rest of these, I think we'll be fine. All right, so your options are A, establish mercenaries loyal to the barons, B, start a border dispute, or D, deny the barons their exercise. I do want to be a conqueror. But I'm timid. I'm a shy little conqueror. I'm a bashful little imperialist. Ooh, it's a tight one. Oh, it's tied. All right, I'm gonna continue now, and then I get to decide which one it is with a vote. So, God, I want a border dispute. My inclination is that a border dispute would be a better option, although I do want money. A is bad for me? I mean, hypothetically it's bad for me because it like lowers military and that's my goal. But it's so nice to have money because then we can do dumb funny stuff. Gold stars, you're right. No, you know what, chat, you're right. I said I was going to be a military kingdom. I'm going to be a military monarch. So we're going to start a border dispute. More than anything, I just want to hear back from Chur. Citing a centuries-old agreement between the kingdom and the Ashmead Empire, which once ruled Tavalin, the Baron's forces soon occupy a small strip of land on the March-Tavalin border. Fucking funny. All right, we're a little less stable, but our authority is now credible. Love that, though. The Marchers Battalion see action, but not enough, as the locals' resistance is paltry. Wow, so we just, okay. Meanwhile, you await word from the Tavalinese queen. She hot? Game Tavalinese queen hot? All right, we are starting an auction. The options, as a reminder, to join the auction, or to spend money in the auction, you can do this multiple times, is once I start the auction, so not yet, you'll type !fund, and then X is the building you want to vote for, A, B, C, D, E, or F, and Y is the amount of your personal goal that you're pledging. And you should see on your screen, you should, like somewhere around here, have a pop-up that tells you how much money you have. If you just joined and you haven't spent any money, you probably have about 1,000. So our options are A, a deer park, which decreases farming, B, a theater, which decreases authority, C, a prison, which decreases stability, D, a stadium, which decreases military, E, aqueduct that increases farming, or F, faith that the cathedral that increases faith. And the top two that get voted in, that get most funded, get built. As a reminder, the Barons, the red team, wants to lower authority. The loyalists want to do whatever I want to do, which is increase our military. And the patricians want to raise their own trade to at least 5 in 3 seasons. And it's at 10. It's as big as it can be. So with that, I'm starting the auction in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this goes for exactly as long as it goes. So I'm going to put more tea on. I'll be right back. Okay, currently E, the aqueduct, which increases farming, and D, the stadium, which decreases military, are the highest vote, although the theater, which decreases authority, is really close. Ooh, the theater overtakes the stadium. A big leap on that theater. The stadium is still definitely within reach. And there's 10 seconds left. Anything could happen. The stadium can definitely overtake the aqueduct at this moment. It just for a second, for the briefest second, the stadium flashed up as overtaking an aqueduct. Oh, but it does not make it. It's the theater, which lowers authority, and the aqueduct, which increases farming. Gamer girl Astrid contributing 2,000 beautiful gold points to getting that theater across the line, and Stella Octahedron. Stella Octahedron. Contributes 1,000 to get that aqueduct across the line. Beautiful. Ooh, a Tavalinese correspondence finding a spouse, or red hot chilies. Let's get finding a spouse out of the way. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. You cleaned your coffers for you. That was my crab fun. Okay. I am very happy. Shuri D, your monarch is pleased. They don't look like it, but they are. Who do I want? I guess any. Just show me what you got. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Grandee lacking sanity says it's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the Grandees as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? Uh-oh. Did we agree to that? Let's see how the war efforts are coming. Bogdan. A letter, Your Majesty, from Queen Emmeline of Tavalin. Dearest Monarch Varget, I regret to have learned that a number of soldiers bearing the banners of your barons have occupied the edges of my territory. Marrying faster does get you an heir faster, potentially, so winning is maybe easier. That's a good point, Toby Winters. The upside is that since I've won a game now, I'm less committed to winning and more committed to doing the funny thing, which I kind of already always was. But that's a good point. I mean, if any of the people that they offer up to marry are babes, then that might just be it. I'm sure this is an unfortunate misunderstanding. Still, I ask you to desist immediately. The consequences of not doing so will be severe. My Gaunt will be watching as always. P.S. I know about your nut allergy. How does she know about my nut allergy? Most likely, the Gaunt obtained the information for her. There's a shadowy rumor, but we believe they are Tavalin's network of expert spies and assassins. I don't like the sound of that. Nor I, Your Majesty. So we need to find a taste tester who is also allergic to peanuts. Alright, the voting options are A, withdraw the Baron's forces from Tavalin, increase defiance, decrease authority. B, go on the offensive, taking as much territory as possible. Lower defiance, increase authority, decrease stability, decrease military, increase coffers. Or C, continue to occupy the border regions and wait for Tavalin to retaliate. Lower defense, increase wealth, presumably for the barons. Let's see. The barons want to continue to lower authority, so I might veto withdrawing. Yeah. Yeah, I think that has to be what it is. Is it? Is that what I want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay. Your options are B, go on the offensive, take as much territory as possible, or C, continue to occupy the border regions and wait. Chat, can I tell you, I finally brought in slippers to the office, so now I can take my shoes off and just wear slippers. I feel like it's really changed my energy, personally. I think it's really, like, kind of clarified my whole thought process and my focus. It's really nice. So many votes still coming in. I'm gonna let, because this is so close, I'm gonna let people continue to vote. Oh man, okay, I think C takes it. Yeah, it looks like C's taking it. That was really close though. Continue to occupy the border regions and wait for Tavalin to retaliate. Do you rent an office yourself to work, or is it provided to you? That's such a gentle way of saying it. It is what would otherwise be an empty office that I have access to. So rather than it just lying empty, I'm here, and I kind of help maintain it a little bit. Defiance is now loyal. Some barons' wealth have increased. Jenna breaks in every day. Does feel like that sometimes. You hear nothing from Queen Emmeline, and her troops only provide a token resistance. Still, you know you will have to watch your back. Red hot chilies. 3, 2, 1, bite. Two nobles, dangling red hot chili peppers over their tongues, chew ferociously at their respective vegetables. Ah, Baron Golas says. Ah, Lady Patrician Madalonia says. I can't take it anymore. As Baron Golas spits out their chili, the council hall erupts into cheers. Funny! Golas lost money, and Lady Patrician Madalonia raised it. Incredible. As Baron Golas spits out their chili, the council hall erupts into cheers. Yes. Oh, I have the chance to ban chilies? I'm not. I'm gonna make chilies mandatory. Someone explain what's going on. Hot ones real? They are grandees Burning Helton's famous red hot Hazavian chilies. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to take another run at that because what a perfect username for this exact thing. They're Grandee Burnin' Helton's famous red hot Hazavian chilies. Fucking incredible. Where have you been all year, Your Majesty? Really good. Really, really good. The chili craze is spread all across the kingdom. Your Majesty, nobles and commoners are competing to create the hottest chili on Celeste Ath. So far, Grandee Burnin' Helton holds the crown. Ah, so good. Okay. Let me try.